Married with Children ran for 11 outrageous seasons and proved that dysfunctional families were the funniest on television. But what happened to the cast when the Bundy front door finally closed? Let's find out. Number 1. Edd O'Neill, who played Al Bundy across all 263 episodes from 1987 to 1997. He was 40 years old when he first laced up those infamous shoes as television's most miserable shoe salesman. A man perpetually defeated by life, marriage, and the fading memory of his football glory. Al Bundy became one of TV's greatest anti-heroes, delivering cynical one-liners that made audiences love him more with every complaint. In 2026, O'Neill is 79 years old. He went on to play Jay Pritchett in Modern Family, earning Golden Globe nominations and winning over an entirely new generation. He's been married to actress Catherine Russoff since 1986, and despite a brief separation in 1989, the couple reconciled and raised 2 daughters together. His most notable behind-the-scenes story was a documented feud with co-star Amanda Bearse, one he has since expressed genuine regret about. Al Bundy hated everything, but Edd O'Neill built a career most actors would love. Number 2 is Katey Sagal, who played Peggy Bundy across all 263 episodes from 1987 to 1997. She was 33 years old when she stepped into those iconic red wigs and leopard print outfits as the laziest, most lovably selfish housewife on television. A woman who treated cooking as foreign and parenting as optional. Peggy became one of TV's most beloved comic characters, and Sagal played her with fearless commitment every single week. In 2026, Sagal is 72 years old. A tragedy struck during filming in 1991 when she lost her unborn daughter at nearly 8 months pregnant, forcing writers to erase Peggy's pregnancy as a dream sequence, one of sitcom history's most heartbreaking behind-the-scenes stories. She later married Sons of Anarchy creator Kurt Sutter in 2004 and had a daughter via surrogate. In 2021, she was struck by a car in Los Angeles but made a full recovery. Peggy Bundy never worked a day, but Katey Sagal never stopped. Number 3, we have David Faustino, who played Bud Bundy across 262 episodes from 1987 to 1997. He was just 13 years old when he first slipped into the role of the Bundys' scheming, girl-obsessed son. A kid who spent a decade plotting to be popular while somehow always ending up the butt of every joke. Bud was sharp, calculating, and endlessly entertaining. And Faustino grew up playing him right in front of America's eyes. In 2026, Faustino is 52 years old. Life after the Bundy household got complicated. In 2007, he was arrested in Florida for misdemeanor marijuana possession and disorderly intoxication following a dispute with his estranged wife. He entered a treatment program afterward and has stayed out of trouble since. He has been in a long-term relationship with Lindsey Bronson since 2011, and they have a daughter, Ava Marie, born in 2015. Bud Bundy could never get a date, but David Faustino eventually found his way forward. Number 4 is Amanda Bearse, who played Marcy Darcy across all 263 episodes from 1987 to 1997. She was 28 years old when she became the Bundys' perpetually outraged neighbor, a fiercely feminist, a career-driven woman whose battles with Al became some of the show's most memorable moments. Marcy was sharp, principled, and hilariously uptight, and Bearse played every scene with real conviction. In 2026, Bearse is 67 years old. In 1993, she became one of the first primetime actresses to publicly come out as a lesbian, a courageous decision at a time when Hollywood rarely made space for such honesty. She also became a director during the run, helming numerous episodes behind the camera. She married her partner Carrie Schenken in 2010, and together they have 2 adopted daughters. Her famously tense relationship with co-star Edd O'Neill has been well documented, and the two have never reconciled. Marcy always fought for what was right, and so did Amanda Bearse. Number 5, we have Ted McGinley, who played Jefferson Darcy across 170 episodes from 1989 to 1997. He was 32 years old when he joined as Marcy's handsome, delightfully lazy second husband, a man whose greatest skill was avoiding work while living off his wife's income. Jefferson was charming, shameless, and hilarious, and McGinley made him completely irresistible from his very first scene. In 2026, McGinley is 67 years old. Since the show ended, he has worked steadily in television, appearing in Hope and Faith and Boston Legal, among others. Off-screen, he has been married to actress Gigi Rice since 1991, over 34 years together, and they have 2 sons. McGinley has long embraced the running joke that he joins TV shows just as they begin declining. though most fans agree his addition here actually revitalized the series. Jefferson spent a decade avoiding responsibility, but Ted McGinley has built one of the most stable lives in this entire cast. Number 6, we have David Garrison, who played Steve Rhodes across 84 episodes from 1987 to 1995. He was 34 years old when he joined as Marcy's first husband, the buttoned-up intellectual banker next door who served as the perfect straight man foil to Al Bundy's shameless dysfunction. Steve was patient, decent, and almost certainly doomed the moment he moved in beside the Bundys. In 2026, Garrison is 73 years old. His departure was genuinely unusual. Rather than being fired or written out due to conflict, he simply missed performing live theater and asked to leave. He returned to Broadway, eventually originating the role of the Wizard on the national Wicked tour. Throughout his career, Garrison has remained intensely private, never marrying and keeping his personal life away from public scrutiny. He has thrived as a respected stage actor in New York ever since. Steve Rhodes tried to be the responsible neighbor, but David Garrison chose the stage over the spotlight. Number 7, we have Janet Carroll, who played Gary across 7 episodes from 1994 to 1997. She was 54 years old when she took on the recurring role of Al's tough, no-nonsense shoe store boss, the woman who sat above Al in every hierarchy that mattered and never let him forget it. Gary was sharp, intimidating, and always 2 steps ahead of her miserable employee, and Carroll played her with dry authority that made every scene feel effortless. Carroll passed away on May 22, 2012, at the age of 71, after a private cancer battle. Far beyond television, She was a celebrated Broadway singer with a career spanning decades across stage and screen. She was married to Howard G. Shanker until her death and devoted herself to raising her son George while maintaining one of the most prolific character actress careers of her generation. Gary may have ruled the shoe store, but Janet Carroll commanded every stage she stood on. Number 8, we have Harold Sylvester, who played Griff across 44 episodes from 1994 to 1997. He was 45 years old when he joined Al's inner circle at the shoe store, the deadpan, straight-talking co-worker who became Al's closest ally in misery and the unofficial second-in-command of the No Ma'am Club. Griff brought dry, world-weary energy to the show's final seasons that balanced perfectly against Al's frustration. In 2026, Sylvester is 77 years old. Long before that shoe store counter, he had already made history, becoming the first African-American athlete to receive an athletic scholarship at Tulane University, a milestone that shaped his identity far beyond acting. He has been married to Karen Sylvester since 1971, a 55-year marriage that stands among Hollywood's most quietly remarkable. In his later years, he has focused on writing and producing projects addressing race and sports history. Griff endured the shoe store stoically, and Harold Sylvester has endured Hollywood the very same way. Number 9, we have Shane Sweet, who played Seven across 12 episodes from 1992 to 1993. He was just 6 years old when he was introduced as the Bundys' mysterious foster child, a wide-eyed kid dropped into one of television's most chaotic households with very little explanation and even less warning. Seven arrived with big ambitions from the writers, but audience rejection was swift and brutal, making him one of the most famously hated TV additions in sitcom history. In 2026, Sweet is 39 years old. The show eventually erased Seven without any on-screen explanation, later referencing his disappearance through a milk carton gag in a background scene. Since those short seasons, Sweet has quietly built a genuine career in voice acting and music, staying completely clear of personal trouble. He married his long-term partner in 2021 and occasionally shares his creative work online. Seven may have vanished from the Bundy house, but Shane Sweet never disappeared from the industry. Number 10, we have Teresa Parente, who played Miranda Vera Cruz de la Hoya Cardenal across 9 episodes from 1994 to 1996. She was 35 years old when she began her recurring role as the deadpan local news reporter who always appeared whenever the Bundy family created fresh chaos, which was remarkably often. Miranda was a brilliantly conceived recurring gag, and Parente's straight-faced delivery made every appearance funnier than the last. In 2026, Parente is 70 years old. After the show wrapped, she worked in commercials and small television roles before largely stepping away from the screen. Her personal life carried real heartbreak. She had been married to character actor Tom Henschel until his passing in 2013, a loss after which she retreated almost entirely from public life. She has maintained an exceptionally quiet presence ever since, rarely giving interviews or appearing publicly. Miranda always delivered the news calmly, and Teresa Parente handled real life with the same quiet composure. Number 11, we have E.E. Bell, who played Bob Rooney across 23 episodes from 1993 to 1997. He was 38 years old when he joined Al Bundy's inner circle as one of the most enthusiastic members of the No Ma'am Club, a man who took his hatred of matrimony seriously and showed up every week to prove it. Bob Rooney was the kind of gloriously committed supporting character who made the ensemble feel genuinely lived in, and Bell played him with real energy. In 2026, Bell is 70 years old. He has been married to Linda Bell since 1990 and credits her steady support for his long career as one of Hollywood's most reliable character actors. Beyond the show, Bell made headlines in recent years for an extraordinary personal transformation, losing a significant amount of weight through a dedicated health regimen that completely changed his appearance. He remains active in television. Bob Rooney resisted all change, but E.E. Bell embraced it. Number 12, we have Dan Tullis Jr., who played Officer Dan across 23 episodes from 1989 to 1997. He was 36 years old when he began his recurring role as the long-suffering police officer perpetually responding to whatever disaster the Bundy household had produced. Officer Dan's weariness felt completely earned, and Tullis played every exasperated look with perfect comedic timing. In 2026, our Tullis is 72 years old. What most fans never knew was that behind Officer Dan's badge was a world-class operatic bass singer who performed in major stage productions including Showboat and Les Miserables, a dramatic contrast to the suburban chaos of Jefferson Avenue. He has been married to Deneen Tullis since 1983, raising 2 children while building a career spanning both television and the concert stage. He has maintained a completely scandal-free public record throughout his career. Officer Dan always arrived too late to stop the chaos, but Dan Tullis Jr. built something extraordinary behind the scenes. Number 13, we have Christina Applegate, who played Kelly Bundy across 262 episodes from 1987 to 1997. She was just 15 years old when she arrived as the Bundys' dizzy, boy-crazy eldest daughter, a character who wore her shallowness like a badge of honor and made audiences adore her. Kelly became a cultural icon, and Applegate grew up playing her across the entire run. In 2026, Applegate is 54 years old. Her real-life story is one of extraordinary courage. In 2008, she was diagnosed with breast cancer and underwent a double mastectomy, a decision she handled publicly and fearlessly, inspiring women everywhere. Then, in 2021, she received a multiple sclerosis diagnosis, facing the news with the same openness, appearing at award shows with a cane to raise awareness. She has been married to musician Martin Lenoble since 2013, and they have a daughter, Sadie Grace. Kelly Bundy was famously clueless, but Christina Applegate has faced real life with extraordinary strength. Number 14, we have Edd Hall, who played the TV announcer across 13 episodes from 1991 to 1995. He was 28 years old when he first appeared, bringing his distinctive voice to a recurring role that made him a recognizable part of the show without ever being one of its central faces. Hall delivered with professional precision every time, and the show was better for it. In 2026, Hall is 67 years old. His real fame came not from the Bundy living room but from The Tonight Show with Jay Leno, where he served as announcer for 12 years, becoming one of the most recognized voices in late-night television history. On his 2004 departure from The Tonight Show, became one of the industry's most talked-about broadcasting exits. He married Carrie Hall and has maintained an intensely private personal life ever since, rarely giving interviews. The Bundys had TV's most chaotic household, but Edd Hall built one of its most distinguished voices. Remember when movie posters weren't just advertisements, they were moments. I've put together a curated collection of over 1,000 legendary 70s, 80s, and 90s movie posters. It's perfect for collectors, nostalgia lovers, and anyone who grew up during the golden era of film. You can grab it right now using the link in the description.